Hey guys, we're back, and some could say better than ever, because we're going to be starting Minecraft again. We all know, we heard the comments, we know that you guys like our Minecraft videos. So, we're going to bring back Cops and Robbers to start off our new Minecraft adventure. Um, on PC though, we're going to be moving away from Xbox, just because we can get better quality on the PC. Um, so today I'll be doing a let's build of the map, the Cops and Robbers map that we'll be playing on. I thought you guys would want to see how I build it and everything that went into the map before we actually start the series, just to give you guys something to watch while we're actually making it. Well, while I'm making it. But yeah, so to start off, we're gonna start with none other than the police office. The police station, rather. So, as with every build that I do and every single building that I create in Minecraft, I always start off with a sort of a fundamental drawing, I guess you could say, where you're setting up where all the walls are going to be located, and figuring everything out before you actually lay any walls down. Because it's the worst thing when you put a huge wall down and then find out that it actually needs to be moved over even just one block just to make it symmetrical. And as you can see, I count it out right here and I determine that it actually needs to be moved over one. And that's what's great about setting these sort of a starting drawing. So right now I'm just in the planning stages of all this. So I'm also setting down where the doors will be located. So that's what you see me doing here, counting everything out, making sure it all lines up. As you can see, I needed to make a slight change to the building, just so that I could get the double door effect that I wanted and that I was going for this build. So I made a little bit of a change and made it work without even having to destroy any walls or anything. So that's something to take away from this, is always plan what you're going to be doing before you actually start doing it. So I continue on to creating the sides, each corner. For a lot of my builds, I make sure, well, I don't make sure, but I put something on the corners and make the building give it a little more character than just a flat wall of just one type of material. As you see here, I'm just messing around with the archways and stuff, kind of figuring out what I want to do for the doorway. So I'm going to lay the walls down now that everything is situated and fine-tuned, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so all the walls are placed, and as you can see, I moved up and made the second layer. I actually just went up and then out one to give it a little bit of a different shape than usual. Right now I'm going around and starting the roof, making it out of stone stairs. This is the best building material for creating roofs, because it'll get you a really nice sort of a shingled look, I guess. It gives me the look I want, and I usually use steps for roofs. It also looks the best, and the steps actually connect together in corners, and you can do upside down steps and stairs and stuff, and you can get really good looking buildings by doing a mixture of regular steps and stairs and also upside down stairs. So next I wanted to set down a sort of a roof area so that you can't like just walk off, and it seemed like the only thing that would work would be these cobblestone fences. So it doesn't really match up, but I stuck with it because there was nothing much better to use. Next I'm planning out all the windows, and with the windows, instead of just making typical windows, I add a little more detail and something a little more interesting than just your typical hole in the wall with some glass. So for all of the first floor, I use this sort of a window design, I guess you could call it, for the first floor, with the stone steps along the side and then the windows in the middle. And then for the top, I stuck with just the standard just windows with none of the steps. So as you can see, the building is starting to take shape. Now I'm adding in some more detail to the building just to make it a little more interesting, and less of a barren wall of only one material. So right now I'm just adding in some windows to the top level, and I'll also go around and do the bottom portion on the sides of the building as well for the windows. Right now I'm just adding in some extra detail to the front door to give it a little more pizzazz, I guess. Working out what I wanted to do on the back. Made it a little more simple than the front entrance just because it is the back. And now here I'm going around to each of these little columns that I placed and adding some other details in with the upside down steps, as well as adding a pretty big window to the back of the building. Put some lighting around the building, and we'll start working on flooring. Now I played around with a lot of different types of flooring, and I ended up sticking with spruce wood. So after clearing out the Enderman and other monsters out of my police station, I continued my way, working through and taking out all the dirt. You can see me here playing around with the pressure pads, trying to figure out what the new ones are. I actually don't know what they do. I'm new to the newest update of Minecraft. I know my way around it, but a lot of this stuff is new. Speaking of new, I played around with some quartz blocks and stuff for flooring. Didn't like it much at all. Another main thing about making, like specifically the build of the police building, is you got to make sure that it's not too easy to be broken into, because that's mainly how the robbers are going to be getting into the police station to steal the diamonds. So I needed to make sure I had somewhat of a strong material for the floor so it wasn't too easy. And quartz was pretty easy, a little easier to break than stone is. And that's actually why I use brick. Well, a second reason why I use brick is because it does take a while to actually break through the walls and the brick. So it's a pretty good building material. So right here I'm just playing around with some different types of flooring, trying to figure out what I wanted. As I said earlier, I ended up sticking with some mahogany floors, some nice, well, actually the real name is spruce, but some nice dark wood flooring. Ended up not going with any of the stone just because it matched too much up to the first block of the wall that surrounds the floors, so it looked a little too identical. But this looks nice, and it's got that that nice space between, you know, the flooring and then the actual wall, which is, you know, a hard stone and brick and whatnot. So with the floor complete, I moved to the second floor, and I'm gonna stick with the same type of strategy and go with the spruce wood floor, the planks. So I just went around the building, took out the outer ledge of it to replace it with these blocks. Next, I worked on some of, like, I guess you could call it, what is the name for it? It's like the stuff that goes around the top. Oh, crown molding. That's the name for it. It's like a sort of a decorative addition to the top of the wall, I suppose you could say, where the wall meets the ceiling. But I tried to work out something for crown molding. I ended up not sticking with anything. It didn't really look right. But that's okay, because the building overall looks very nice. I like the way it came out, and I think this is much better than the first Cops and Robbers that we had in the Xbox version. So if I keep going like this, we'll have a pretty awesome map. And I can't wait to continue building. See you guys later.